Alrighty, good morning, folks. So, recently getting over a cold, so I skipped the gym last week. Still have just like the touch of a few symptoms left in the morning, just kind of like a froggy, it's kind of type issue in the morning where I kind of can't fully clear my throat. Need to blow my nose a few times, but otherwise feeling pretty good. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of a reload week as well. Work out twice here before I head to the gym. I also need to start. I've been studying for one of my certs, so time-wise has not been working out for me. But today we are going to shoot for that, I don't know, 8 to 10 range. 3 sets of 8 to 10. I'm going to start with military press, move my way to rows, and then finish out with split squats. So, let's get it done. There's the first one, and then there's this one. All right. Well, shit. All right. Whew. That was humbling. Here I thought I could do, what was it, 100 pounds, and I struggled. That makes more sense. Oh. It's like I realized as I was setting it up that it's like, you know what? I've taken these measurements. I should be going with that rather than guessing. That being said, that felt heavy, but not as bad as I thought it was going to. Or felt heavy, but appropriately heavy considering I haven't, lifted anything in a week. All right, take another like 30 to 60 seconds. So this is where I think I saw some video where it's like, what usually people, who are actually like trying to get to failure, like look like this is what most of the workout looks like. Yeah, like muscles are still kind of tired a minute later. Let me do take a little longer break. All right. 2 minutes again. Let's see your other things. Let's see, it turns out I might have been, over measuring. Well, despite the fact that I've been measuring everything, I might check and see if if my measures are accurate relative to each other. So my half a cup of peanuts was supposed to be like just under 2 ounces, and it was like closer to like 2.4. So I'm like, okay, when I do the math, that's like an extra 70 calories that I'm not accounting for. So might do that, might kind of check on that at some point. So all right. Woo. That was a struggle. So that's overhead press done. Take a look at rows. All right. And right, so rows were 45 pounds. So, so I will say that 3 sets of 8 to 10 for 3 exercises usually takes me closer to 40 to 45 minutes. First off, having to load and unload a barbell takes time. Cleaning up after yourself after you're done. And that usually probably a little more warm up involved as well, where, I'm looking to do what was I doing? I think I was doing close to like a 245 or 265 squat, somewhere in that range. I'm gonna squat the bar, see how that feels. And I'll squat 135, but I'm taking like 30 to 60 seconds between loading the bar and kind of catching my breath. From there, I'll do 135 to 225. And that's where, hey, like, where's my belt? I'm gonna grab my belt, strap that on, because I'm doing 225. Make sure that feels good for a couple reps. Take a little breather, load up the bar to my working weight, and then resume. So that's where, these are convenient. They help me just kind of get in, get out. And that's where, I'm not opposed to like people using machines for convenience, because it saves time. And if time is one of your major limiting factors from not moving, these are all the machines you want. sense again, the context of this channel. I don't really care what you do as long as you move on a regular basis. 30 minutes of moderate intensity, activity per day, about 5 days a week, and 2 days of full body resistance training. So yeah, you're essentially working out 7 days a week. But it's not something that's, I can't say it's not something that's unattainable because I'm not attaining it right now. But again, I'd rather people move than not move at all. All right. Otherwise, the rows felt decent. We'll see if I regret my decision to save split squats for last, both from a kind of a energy and time standpoint. But my body feels good, my joints feel good. I was dealing with a little shoulder pain towards the last few days of last week, and I was like, ugh, I'm not going to be able to get back to working out. Yeah. If my shoulder had been hurting, that overhead press would not have been as fun. The back is still feeling pretty good. Oh, that's where, again, from a time perspective, hope to be able to finish this, go back to studying, reviewing some notes. I'm in a section right now where I can kind of just scan versus read and kind of confirm. Some previous notes are, as correct as they need to be. So I can save the weekend for some pre-recorded lectures and some associated PowerPoint slides, which is always so much fun. And then, let's say that section of the book that I'm going through is okay, and then it's the back half that it's just like, woof, all right, like more philosophy and theory and sociology, like just like stuff that I'm like, okay, I get it. Like other people do this, and whatever. Snooze, make me want to fall asleep. Click, and click, click. And it's not to say that I don't find, sociology and philosophy and ethics and all that, like, it's valuable, but just not of interest to me. Or at least in the way that's been kind of presented to me in the past, where I feel like it's like, oh, well, let's think about it from this kind of perspective. And I'm like, well, it might be a cop-out answer. It's like, I don't have the cultural, sometimes cultural understandings to think about it in this perspective. So I don't understand. Like, I don't always know what, like, from a career standpoint, what a chiro does different from me, because I don't have their training, I don't have their education. The same way that a chiro doesn't have my education, or an OT, a chiro, or a PT, or a PT to an OT, same thing for an acupuncture. Like, in terms of people who are trying to improve function, restore, reduce pain, kind of help people get their lives back on track. We all come from different backgrounds, so I don't necessarily know what each field does, and how we differ. Other than that, our names are different. I can appreciate that we're different, but it's like, I don't necessarily know how to, like I said, think from another person's perspective, because, like I said, I don't have their training. Oh, shit. That felt interesting. So, I guess I saw a interesting thought that if someone has a certain passion or interest or anything like that in a subject that you don't really have a lot of interest in, and it's not something that you actually don't enjoy, you can still listen to that person and learn something and be engaged. Because sometimes people's enthusiasm is infectious. And, you end up learning a lot more from enthusiasm rather than being lectured. Alright, that was left foot forward. I'll probably do right foot forward for set, and then switch to the kettlebell. This was one of the issues I had with dumbbell squats, was I feel like the weight you have to kind of hold each weight differently to not interfere, have the weight interfere with how your legs are moving. Whew. 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 Oh boy. This is the other reason I like split squats. They just kick my butt. Whew. Gotta see here. How are we doing time wise? So we're still good on time. So yeah. Legs are I'll say it's not even so much the legs right now, it's so much like the rest of the body. Where it's just like, this is why I wanted to do like a reload week. Kind of give my body a week to recover and see how it does from like having to exert itself. Because, yeah, little touch of fatigue. Take a minute. Do our last set on the left. Take another minute. Do another set on the right. There are recommendations as to when you should and shouldn't work out with illness. I have to look them up every time. I do believe that it's like anything below the throat is a no-go. and anything above the throat, you're allowed to work out. So it's like if you're a little, sinus inflammation, you're allowed to still work out because you can kind of mouth breathe and this and that. Like I said, I think the only thing that throws me off is like a fever. It's like, if you're having a fever, I don't think you really want to work out. But at the same time, if I have a productive cough or a sore throat, I wouldn't necessarily want to go to the gym, try and lift and have this productive cough midway through a set. Or if I have a sore throat and I'm doing some heavier cardio activity, trying to breathe with a sore throat, swallow just sounds not fun. From a lighter activity standpoint, like going for a walk or an easy bike ride or some stretching, sure. But I would say possibly that might be more of a individual choice when it comes to illness. Okay. 6, 7, 8. Let's see here. I did manage to get outside and swing the hammer around. That with my right arm controlling it, I'm able to do 3 in a row. And with my left arm, it gets to 2. And then I tried the third and it was a failure and had to kind of bail out. So with the weather getting nicer, I might try and do some more outdoor workouts. But my next few weeks are going to be relatively busy in terms of studying and some travel plans. So the, the content will probably stay the same just from a simplicity standpoint for myself. Alright, last set. Trying to find my position here. Six, 7, and 8. Alright, so hopefully you weren't sick, because that's no fun for anybody. But if you did what I did today, great. I hope you are recovering well if you were sick or are sick. And if you're doing your own thing, because you might be ill or recovering, fine, great. Happy for you. If you're just starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or a community to support you, that's what we're here to do. Try and help each other be a little better every day. So, good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.